Welcome to part 14 of the Mega Man Eternal Creators playthrough. In this part, we'll be taking on one of my favorite levels that I had the liberty to design. It is Wily Stronghold Stage 1. So this is Wily's Underwater Stronghold. So, I'm gonna preface this with just saying that people wanted this to be a challenge, and there's no real way of saying it other than this is Wily's ultimate challenge. So do expect this to be a doozy to get through. But no, personally, when it comes to this level, I wanted to design a stronghold that takes apart all of the things that make Mega Man's levels really hard. So this stronghold takes a lot of the fact of water gravity that makes it really nasty. Mix it with spikes, mix it with pits, you got yourself a real nightmare. But we got some real epic music going on. But no, you'll notice that this level, as will also Wily Stronghold 2, take a lot of underwater themes. One tip I have here right at the start with the Wily carts is just use clampering. You'll get right past them without any problem whatsoever. Just be careful and do watch your platforming, because it's very close. I'm just embracing the music, it's just that awesome. But no, my intention was to design the most epic Wily first stage there ever could be, maybe, I don't know. But the key thing is I just think it's really epic. Not an easy stage, but it's definitely epic as nails. Nails that kill. Yeah. But yeah, the stage alludes to the fact that there's going to be a lot of spikes later on, but my best tip here is to wait it out. So if you see one of these enemies called the paddles, these seal-like enemies, just wait it out and dodge the explosive bomb that they do throw. Take this upper route if you have any primal bombs, otherwise take the lower route of course. But do just wait for the enemies, then move. That's my best tip. And already actually at the halfway point. No, the stage theme I like to call it Storming Atlantis, because this level has a metaphor of being kind of like the ultimate utopian sunken fortress. That's kind of the theme of this castle, if you're wondering. But no, you probably have noticed that there's a large thing chasing us. That is the clamp tank right there. So note that I'm actually going to be dying pretty soon, so note that I'm just going to use this time to talk a little bit about this, then I'll talk more about what we got going on here. So note that this stronghold, well, I call it a stronghold, it's a type of castle, but anyway, but I just do that to distinguish this from just your standard Wily castle. So this castle does have 5 stages in it, and all of them exploit one fundamental thing that makes Mega Man stages really hard. This one is the water physics. Note that Wily 2 does it too, but Wily 2 is centered around death spikes. So lots of spikes that are going to kill you. Wily 3 exploits pretty much a combination of all kinds of things. Wily 4 is going to be a nice retro homage to every bit of classic Mega Man, and Wily 5 is of course the final stage. So here we go. So the clamp tank here has a pattern, very simple, 3 different attacks. It fires off one of its large clamp rings, then it fires a blue ball that explodes, and then a homing missile, a la the mini-boss that's in Cypher Man's level. So as long as you just memorize this pattern, you should be fine. Just keep yourself close to the clamp tank to avoid the blue ball. Yes, the blue balls! But you can't damage it or anything, just keep dodging. So I recommend just pacing yourself, making sure to make every one of those jumps count, especially when you get near this area here. I strongly recommend using Illusion Blast right here to knock out these guys right here. Then, making the jump while avoiding the homing missile. Stay low here, because there are some paddles that are going to be flying above. Believe it or not, actually, earlier on, in an earlier version of this, when I was still going through the testing phase, there used to be ones that go up from the top and the bottom. Here we go, we got the clamp tank ramming through the top, causing massive explosions, and the ceiling to crash down. So now we gotta make sure we dodge these spikes. So do not let yourself wait around too long, because those spikes do not show any mercy whatsoever. They're auto kill. Just like all the spikes in this game. So pace yourself, and if you see enemies, duck or slide. So here's my strategy here. So watch what I do here. So you're gonna jump to the upper platform, then just fall down to this lower one right here, then jump right back up, run across, or just go to the lower one. It gives you enough space so you don't have to worry about getting hit by the spikes above. Carefully jump onto that one, then slide into here, as you would expect. Oh, I just love this, so epic. But anyway, I just enjoy how epic this is. It's very hard, but it's epic as hell. That's kind of the goal with these Wily stages. They are the last stages of the game. They should be nasty. But one fundamental mistake, make sure you fall down there. Follow the arrows. Here we are, we're at the boss of the stage. So we're going to be taking on CWU01P Model 2, or CWU01P2. I may have said that wrong, but anyway, the key thing is what we're going to be dealing with. You may recognize this guy from Mega Man 1, except he is on steroids. So this first phase, you want to use Jolt Shocker to knock down his bubble, otherwise you have to periodically hit him without his bubble regrowing. His bubble shrinks down in the second phase. Use Jolt Shocker, goes right through the bubble, shrinks it down like crazy. So you can think of this as his weakness. He doesn't actually have a weakness per se, but his bubble does. So if you run out of that, Primal Bomb works pretty well. So I'd advise using Jolt Shocker on him. That's pretty much his weakness. Here's the third phase, paying homage to the spider in Mega Man X Sigma Stage 1 that has the spider that crawls down to the bottom. If you're wondering, that's where the idea of these shots came from. So it's paying homage to that. There we go, we got him out without taking a single hit. There we go, Wily Stronghold 1 taken down, storming Atlantis. There we go, now we're going to be taking on Wily Stronghold 2 in the next part.